Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now they just released our UR version of Shadowlynx that we all voted for. Um, she was announced a couple of days ago and they gave us a lot more details. I honestly didn't want to make a video talking about her because I just wasn't finding the unit to be all that great, to be honest. Today I actually wanted to do polls for Winter RVS, but I honestly don't even feel like pulling right now. So let me just talk about a few reasons why I'm not really a huge fan of this version of Shadowlynx. And I think I'm gonna get ranty, so if you guys aren't really in for a rant, just go ahead and skip this video. I have reasons for this, and I'm just gonna go into them. There's different kinds of reasons why I don't really like this unit all that much. Alright, so first and foremost, I don't really like this, like, I don't know if it's a pun or whatever it is, Shadowlynx on Ice. I really don't like that name for a unit. I think it's kind of corny. I think more the merrier is corny. I don't want a corny name for my unit. First of all, that's like the first thing. That's not a huge deal, but that's already kind of annoying to me. Second thing, I feel like this version of Shadowlynx, like, I get it, it's sort of like a Christmassy unit, even though it's not really a Christmassy unit. But like, I feel like this version of Shadowlynx doesn't really have any Shadowlynx personality. And I kind of, as soon as I heard the voice actor, the voice actress, the voice actor sounded like very different from what we've sort of heard in game, in the story, and from what we hear in battle. Like, I'm not sure if it's the same voice actress or not. I'm pretty sure it is. It's just like the character itself is what sounds a little bit different, and it just doesn't sound like Shadowlynx to me. I don't know. So, kind of the thing that kind of got me thinking along the lines of, before we voted for Zazan. I mean, I didn't vote for Zazan, but I think they actually did a really good job on Zazan, and I was actually tempted to pull on him. I think in terms of unit design, Zazan is actually a really cool unit, and they really took his character and sort of just put it into the new unit, so it kind of like, it's, to me, it was a really good unit. Shadowlynx, on the other hand, I feel like they were like, okay, there's a 50% chance they're gonna vote for a female, so let's make an ice skater, and whoever they vote for, let's just throw that in. So, you know, it just happens to be Shadowlynx. I don't feel like this character is really Shadowlynx at all. It's just like an ice skater with like a winter theme. I think really that was what their plan was ahead of time, before they even knew what the outcome of the poll was going to be. And then on top of that, they made her dark type. So again, like, I feel like this is more of a plan to have like a specific type of unit, more so than a good representation of what a UR Shadowlynx would be. Like, again, I'm thinking back to Zazan. Zazan was an excellent representation of what a UR Zazan would be. So I think that was great. And even to a certain extent, like, I'm thinking of Halloween Rairu. Granted, he wasn't really like that much like Rairu, but the reason that he's like a zombie makes sense to the story. So I feel like they thought about it. And I feel like for Shadowlynx to sort of be like so tied up with that, like in this trio of characters, I feel like it would have been cool to get like a story tie-in or like something related to her story character. But like, I feel like we didn't get that at all. Like, in the story, she's kind of like a hardcore, like, I feel like she almost got killed at one point, and she was just like, it's fine, you know, I have all these wounds, but I'm still gonna battle. And like, she was like super hardcore, and that's kind of what I really liked about Shadowlynx. And obviously she was just really good for an MR unit back in the day. So I feel like I'm just not getting that here with this character. So I don't know, man. So another thing that I was thinking about is, obviously Sephiroth is coming up, and you know, it's the holiday season. They're trying to, you know, get us to spend, and I feel like really the only reason they made her a dark unit was that they wanted people who are excited for Sephiroth to just kind of have another unit to pull for and be like, oh, they're going to team up perfectly, they're going to work super well. I feel like this is what this character is. I don't know, man. So, okay, And then the other thing with that is we just got Sylvie, so it's like, is she designed just to, you know, counter Sylvie, just to help counter Sylvie, team up with Sephiroth? You know, Sylvie was designed to sort of, or at least from the player perspective, we think that she was designed to help against Sephiroth, but now we're kind of getting a response to that to help with Sephiroth. So it's just like, what are they doing here, really? All right, I was gonna get into Sephiroth, but like, let me not even get into that. That's like beyond the scope of this video. So another thing I feel like, from what I said already, I feel like this is just a safe choice for them. It's just gonna be a unit that people are gonna want. It's a dark, it's a Shadowlynx, you know, whatever. But then I was kind of thinking of, in terms of what a dancer is in Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy Tactics. And yes, I do believe that this game doesn't have to follow exactly what Final Fantasy Tactics did, but I feel like this was a very good opportunity to, because I remember in Final Fantasy Tactics there was like this OP combo where you would use a dancer, you would get sunken state from ninja, and you'd basically be able to just attack without even having to, without being able to take damage. And I feel like since Shadowlynx was a ninja originally, I feel like they could have taken advantage of that somehow. Like, yes, they didn't have to give us an OP combo like that, but I feel like they could have done something to give us like a nod back to that ridiculous combo that somebody came up with back in the day. So I'm a little disappointed in that. And also, I'm kind of disappointed in the sense that she's not even really like a pure dancer. She's just like, I feel like they played it safe by making her a spear user. The winter card for Luartha with the triple pierce attack, that's gonna, I mean, she doesn't need it because she's gonna have her own triple pierce attack, but I think that's gonna work well for her, considering you might have another person, another dark person with spear equipable sub-job, or, you know, Kane, or like Dwayne who has Dragoon, something like that. I feel like this was made to take advantage of this winter card that's currently here. And so players would want to pull for that card, pull for Shadowlynx, and then all of a sudden now you have like a whole bunch of dark units that can make insane damage counts in Guild Raid. So I feel like this was like a very contrived unit, basically. They basically made this so that she's going to be useful for specific things. Like, I would have preferred for her to be more of a unit that, like, I like the unit, not more so like, oh, does this fit into my dark account? Does this fit into my account, my team, whatever? I feel like the reasons for pulling this unit are just like, is it going to make my account stronger? Is it going to make my guild rate score higher? I don't know, guys. To me, it's just a little too much. They're just a little, I don't know. They were like really heavy-handed in the way they did that. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that in general. And like the last thing, I mean, I pretty much complained about it enough already. I do think this unit is gonna be good, but in terms of a half-rate 100 cost unit, like, I just don't feel motivated to pull for this unit. I don't feel motivated to potentially spend another 4K on this if I, you know, have to hit the ceiling. I just don't feel like it right now, man. I feel like, I don't know, between this, I'm gonna save Addison Rae for a little bit. The vision card, so let's scroll down to the vision card here. I think this is it right here. Yeah, so this vision card is a little bit confusing to me. Like, okay, I get it for Shadowlynx, it's a really good card. Missile attack resistance, there's a lot of missile attack right now, makes a lot of sense. Attack up for Shadowlynx makes perfect sense. Critical damage up, more damage, that's great. Agility up makes perfect sense for Shadowlynx. Dark attack up, it's a dark unit. But then when you kind of look, I mean, that also works for the other Shadowlynx, which is good. But then when you look at the jobs, so a lot of us are kind of like really skeptical about these job vision cards. When you look at the jobs on this vision card compared to a vision card that is for an element, I feel like a lot of times those element vision cards, They're not always perfect, but they make sense because you can just throw in a dark team together, and you're probably going to use a dark team, so it's not a problem to get like critical damage up, even though certain units aren't critical damage. To get attack up, etc. Like attack up, you can make that work. But in terms of the jobs that are on this card, swords such as Red Mage. Granted, I know that there's going to be other units that are non-magic in there, but considering it's sort of like focused on Red Mage, Spear, Ninja Blade, those two are fine. And then glove equipable main jobs, so those are magic. So what are Red Mages and magic units going to do with attack up? I don't really know. So to me, like, it just doesn't feel like they're really incentivizing me to pull on this card if I'm not getting Shadowlynx. I don't know, man. Alright, so now that this is like, I was kind of expecting this to be a dancer, and for Addison Rae, she's pretty much going to be a dancer or something similar to this. I don't really know what it's going to be. This kind of makes me a little bit more hopeful for Addison Rae, just because she might actually be a pure dancer. She's a dancer on TikTok, so I think I don't really know. So maybe she'll be a pure dancer. Maybe they'll kind of do something else with her. I don't really know what's gonna happen. People are saying that Addison Rae is gonna be fire, which, I mean, if she is, fine. But to me, fire kind of doesn't really make sense, because if the whole goal of Addison Rae is to get new players from the collab coming in or whatever, I'm not really sure if fire is going to be a great type for new players, considering fire doesn't really have a lot of crazy support. It's not really one of the top types, right? We are getting Dragon Quest. I think his name is Pizarro, and we are getting Yuffie. So in terms of that, it kind of would make sense to have a fire unit, because there's fire units coming up. But again, are new players going to even know what's going on in terms of like, okay, I'm going to pull for Addison Rae, I'm going to pull for Pizarro, I'm also going to like Dragon Quest, and I'm also going to like Final Fantasy VII. I don't really know if that's going to work, but if that's their plan, I guess that's the plan. So yeah, but like, I think the argument has always been for new players, like, light and dark are always the best type for them. So we just got a light. We just got 2 dark units. We just got a light unit. So are we gonna get another light unit? And if she's not a light unit, then I feel like that argument is not really making any sense anymore. So I don't know about that, man. So, but like, yeah, I think if they make her more of a pure dancer, like, I kind of, what I mean by pure dancer is I want her to just not have a weapon, or like have a new weapon type or something like that. I don't want her to fit into like one of the standard like slash pierce, one of the types that we see constantly. I just want her to have her own thing. I just want dancer to be unique, because I feel like this game is getting like kind of stale in terms of that. Like, a lot of the units are just coming out feeling like they're very, very similar. And on top of that, I was gonna say, in terms of the dancer aspect of Shadowlynx, in the original Final Fantasy Tactics, the dancers were more of an attack type, but now it's seeming like her dancer abilities are more buffing type, which again is fine. I don't mind that it's different from Final Fantasy Tactics, but we kind of just got Winter Ravies, and she's also like a buffer. I think she's an attacking buffer. So I don't know. I feel like we're getting 2 kind of similar units here. So I don't know. It's just feeling a little bit stale. Like, please try to do something that is exciting. Like, this is just not that exciting to me to have like similar units coming up. And basically, the only thing that's good about them is that they're 100 cost, that they fit into like this archetype of they can use this card, they're dark type, they're gonna work with a coming unit. Like, I don't know, man. This has been a rant, guys. This has just been a rant, and I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm actually a little bit more excited about Addison Rae. I just never thought I would be saying that. again, regardless of whether she's fire or not, I feel like there's a possibility that she can actually do something unique. And in that case, I will definitely go for her. But if they kind of just play it safe and just make the same kind of unit here that's just kind of, going to be good for your account and whatnot, I just don't want that in the game. Like, I personally, like, okay, I get it. Like, PvP can be fun. I've had a lot of fun with PvP, but honestly, I get tired of PvP, and I just want units that are going to be fun to use in other content as well. And I don't know, I also have a lot of units that I still haven't even finished building. So, like, my incentive to just pull for something new, like, I don't really even know what my incentive is anymore. I think once I got, like, my Final Fantasy Tactics units, I kind of was just like, well, what do I do now? Like, I don't really even know what I want to do in this game nowadays. Alright, that being said, I was going to do my Winter Ravies pulls, but I've kind of just, like, I don't know if I'm just salty or what, but, like, I kind of, like, am questioning whether I really even want Winter Ravies, because I feel like I just have so many units to work on. So I kind of just going to go into my summons here and use up a few tickets. I'm looking for Glaciella just because I need a win team unit. I do, however, like Glaciella, so I'll definitely take her if I do get her. So I have one UR ticket, I have a bunch of MR, and then maybe I'll do some regular rare tickets just to do some pulls, and I left the animations off, and Solidus wasn't that much of a big deal anyway. So okay, so MR plus guaranteed unit summon times 5. Let's see what we get here. At least it's a gold book, so that's good. I feel like I need to cool down because I'm just, like, ranting. I'm a little, like, passionate, as people say. I'm just, like, salty or whatever. Okay. I think part of the reason that I'm just, like, ranting so much, I think I just let my expectations get built up too high. And it just didn't pan out. So I think this is kind of a lesson of just not having crazy expectations. I think there's a few vision cards that I need, so let me go ahead and do this vision card. Brown book. I thought that was a unit for a second. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm just like some guy complaining right now. Like, is this video gonna be actually useful for anyone? I have no idea. But I think I more made this video because I was, like, hyped last week, waiting for Shadowlynx, waiting for the Vizback banner. In terms of the Vizback bonus, let's just call it, I don't mind. Like, that's fine to me. Like, I feel like we can't really expect to keep always getting the Vizback banner. So I feel like we can get more Vizir out of that. I'm not really sure. I haven't done the calculations, but we can't really be expecting to just get free Vizir like that. I'm surprised they ran it for as long as they did. But even, like, now, the Vizback banner that they have, I feel like that's pretty good. And I would do it if I really, really wanted more units. I feel like I'm just kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know what my relationship to this game is anymore. It feels weird to say that, but I don't know. That's just how I feel. So let's see if we can actually get some non-normal rarity stuff. Okay, so at least we got some gold out of this. I've been in the habit of just saving these for the next collab. I mean, we're getting Dragon Quest soon, so that's good. But I mean, just doing the pills now is just fine. It's just a matter of saving the Vizir stars and the Mog medals. So we did get a rainbow here. Medina. Nice. Okay. Alright, so yeah, man. Let's just keep pulling here. Yeah, I'm kind of going for Glaciella, and I forgot her name. Urel, I think her name is. The girl with the fists, the striker girl. I would like to have her. I was hoping to pull her along the way, trying to get one of the winter units, but I guess not. Not for now, at least. I might still do the Ravias pulls later this week, but we'll see. We'll see. The fact that it's guaranteed after 18k is a good incentive, and you get the shards along the way, and you can take advantage of the Visureback banner. So that makes me want to pull for it, but I'm just not in a rush to pull for it right now. And I do still like Winter Ravies's card, so I would probably also go for that if I do pull for. That card itself might be worth it to me because it has that barrier on it. But I did reread it, and I think it's only the caster gets barrier, and then I think everyone gets that AP effect. Okay, so we got another gold book, but it's a card. I mean, I still need some good cards. I'm still missing some cards that I think would be good to get. And obviously a half rate unit is going to be kind of hard to pull on some of these tickets. So guys, I don't know. I had like adrenaline coursing through my blood as I was saying all that stuff that I said. So I feel like I needed to say it more so than whether the video is out or not. I just feel like I needed to say it. Alright, let's do this last 10. Well, let's do the 11. I have gotten lucky on a single pull, so might as well just do number 11 on its own. Looks like this is all going to be blue or gold. So yeah, mostly blue. We are getting star shards, so let's go ahead and do this one. The $1 million dream right here. Hail Mary. Alright. So it didn't upgrade once, and it didn't upgrade the second time. So there you have it. A bunch of random crappy pulls. We did get some URs, there just weren't anything useful. Alright guys, so yeah, that's my 22-minute video. So yeah. Catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. And good luck if you are pulling. I'm sure there's people out there that are in for this card, just not me. Alright guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.